It is definitely fall around here, and I love when the weekends get here because I can pull out all of my fall recipes and just cozy up and enjoy a relaxing weekend with good food. So today I'm sharing 3 of my favorite fall recipes. Super easy to make, but oh my gosh, so comforting and delicious. And it's still a very busy season for us, but I find when I've got a pot of soup on the stove or I've got something cozy and comforting in the oven, it always brings the family together. So if we haven't met before, my name is Ange, and this is a Menu Made. So the first recipe I'm sharing with you today is this roasted butternut squash and apple soup. A good friend of mine shared this with me last year and I fell in love. It was the best butternut squash soup I had ever had. So we'll start with 2 Honeycrisp apples. You definitely want a sweeter apple for this recipe. I cut them into about 1-inch cubes or so. Once we have the apples prepared, I'm going to add them to a bowl with some butternut squash that I already have prepared. And then we'll just add the apples and the squash to a large sheet pan. I'm going to drizzle with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and then I just give it a good toss with my hands. And then we'll just pop this into a hot oven and give the squash and apples a chance to caramelize. And while that is roasting, I have a pot on the stove. I'm going to add some olive oil and butter and then saute the onions until they're nice and golden brown. When the squash and the apples are finished cooking, we're going to add them to the pot with the onions. I give this a stir, and then we're going to add in some brown sugar. I use just a little bit of curry. I'm also going to add in some fresh thyme, but you can do dried, and then we're going to add in some chicken stock. You can also do vegetable stock. We'll bring all of this to a simmer and cook it another 10 minutes or so until the vegetables are super soft. You want to remove the pot from the heat, and this time you can use an immersion blender, but I'm going to transfer the squash and apples to a blender and basically blend it until it's completely smooth. We'll add the puree back into the pot with the extra liquid, and then we're going to add in some almond milk. I like to use the Silk brand. You can also do half and half or your favorite milk. And at this point, the soup is ready to serve. We like to top it with croutons, some chives, and a little bit of sour cream. This soup is so cozy. It's perfect for a chilly fall day. If you love butternut squash soup, I know you're going to enjoy this. Next up is our Greek chicken sheet pan meal. I have been so excited to share this one with you. It is so flavorful and it comes together super quickly. I've got a really simple marinade of olive oil, some lemon juice, Dijon mustard, a little bit of garlic. I have some seasonings in here and I just give everything a whisk, and then I'll just add about half of this marinade to my chicken breasts here in a bag. You'll just want to smush it around a little bit to make sure all the chicken is coated in this marinade, and we'll let this set while we prepare the veggies. I've got some red onion, some yellow pepper, zucchini, and sweet potato. I'll spray a large sheet pan with nonstick cooking spray. We'll add our veggies and then the other half of the marinade. We'll give this a toss and make sure the veggies are well coated, and then I just create little spaces where I'm going to put the chicken. Once the chicken is finished marinating, we'll go ahead and add them to the sheet pan, and then we're going to pop this into a hot oven to roast for about 30 minutes or so. Finally, we'll scatter some cherry tomatoes over the top along with some Guatemala olives and feta cheese. This goes back into the oven for about 10 minutes just to kind of warm things through. I'm telling you, the flavor of this sheet pan meal is out of this world. The leftovers are delicious. I even love to eat this cold. You could also add other veggies like mushrooms, broccoli, or cauliflower. I know you guys are going to love this sheet pan meal. Now, it would not be fall, in my opinion, without the smoked sausage soup with potatoes. This is so hearty and cozy. We're going to start with a pot with olive oil, and I'm going to add in my turkey smoked sausage. We'll just saute this until they're browned, and then we'll add in some onion. I also have some carrots and celery. We'll also throw in some garlic, and then we'll just give this a stir and saute until the veggies just start to soften, and then add in some halved red potatoes. I also have some seasonings here, Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and then we love to add cannellini beans or white beans and some chicken stock. Next, we'll add a bay leaf, and then we'll bring this to a simmer and cook the potatoes until they're tender. Finally, we'll add some fresh parsley. I've got some spinach here, but you can also do kale. Give it a stir just until the spinach starts to wilt and it's ready to serve. Talk about flavorful and filling. We love to serve this with some crusty bread or crackers and a little Parmesan cheese. I cannot wait for you guys to try this soup. Well, I enjoyed spending time with you today, and let me know your favorite fall recipes. I would love for you to post in the comments kind of your go-tos. I hope you feel inspired to try something new today, and we'll see you next time.